Vehicle and mobile equipment safety. Vehicles and mobile equipment must be inspected, maintained and operated in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and applicable safety standards. Personal protective equipment that is suitable for workplace hazards and the work being performed must be worn when operating mobile equipment. Loose-fitting clothing and jewelry that can become entangled in moving parts must not be worn when operating mobile equipment. Cars and light trucks. Drivers of employer-owned cars and trucks must possess a current driver's license. Employer-owned vehicles may be used for official business only. Only authorized passengers may ride in employer-owned vehicles. Inspection and routine maintenance. Drivers should inspect light trucks and passenger cars before each day's use. Drivers must shut off the engine, set the parking brake and remove the ignition key when a vehicle is left unattended or is being inspected, serviced or refueled. Safe driving practices. The driver and all passengers must be seated in seats with seat belts fastened. Drivers must ensure that material being transported in the back of a pickup truck is firmly secured. Drivers must obey all traffic and parking regulations. Drivers must operate vehicles at speeds that are appropriate for the weather and traffic conditions. Drivers must remain alert for the movements of other vehicles and pedestrians. Drivers must exercise caution when backing up and use a spotter where necessary. Safe operation of mobile equipment. Mobile equipment may only be operated by appropriately trained employees who possess a current driver's license. Mobile equipment must not be modified so as to defeat safety devices or increase load capacity. Inspection and routine maintenance. Operators must inspect mobile equipment before each day's use. Operators must lower and/or disengage all mechanical equipment, shut off the engine, remove the ignition key and set the parking brake when mobile equipment is left unattended or is being inspected, serviced or refueled. Hands may not be used to search for hydraulic oil leaks. Mobile equipment with faulty brakes, mechanical or electrical defects, or fuel leaks must be withdrawn from service for repair. When refueling, operators must wipe out any spilled fuel or allow spilled fuel to evaporate before the engine is started. Operators must not park mobile equipment so as to block building exits or fire hydrants. Operators must lock mobile equipment that is parked in public areas overnight and on weekends. Operators must maintain mobile equipment in a clean condition, free of excess oil and grease. Non-combustible agents should be used for the cleaning. Low flashpoint solvents must not be used. Safe operating practices. Operators of mobile equipment and all passengers must be seated in seats with seat belts fastened. Operators of mobile equipment must not transport or lift employees in buckets or allow employees to ride in truck boxes or on the back of light vehicles. Operators of mobile equipment must not place their body parts between moving parts. Operators of mobile equipment must observe all applicable traffic laws and drive at speeds that are appropriate for existing conditions. Operators of mobile equipment must remain alert for the movements of other vehicles, cyclists and pedestrians. Operators of mobile equipment must not suspend or swing loads over other people or allow other people to stand, walk or work under elevated loads. Operators of mobile equipment must not exceed rated load capacities. Operators of mobile equipment must observe the minimum approach distance and always keep 20 meters away from power lines when operating boom trucks or elevating dump truck boxes in the vicinity of overhead power lines. Special care must be taken when operating machines with extendable booms. Operators of mobile equipment must exercise care and caution when operating equipment near ledges or overhangs or on ramps, slopes or unstable surfaces. Operators must avoid shock loading. Operators of mobile equipment must exercise caution when backing up and use a spotter where necessary. In case of emergencies, do not jump out of vehicles while the vehicle is still moving because it can be fatal. Rather, stay in the vehicle. The cab will provide some protection. Try and control the vehicle till it comes to a dead stop. If the vehicle is out of control, steer it away from people and equipment and into a berm to bring it to a stop. Always adhere to the 5-meter rule. When a vehicle is parked, chock blocks must always be placed on both sides of at least one wheel. Vehicle and mobile equipment safety.